We will be ready. Now the $64 question is Con Ed has to extend the existing gas line approximately 75 to 100 feet to meet us at the property line. And as of right now, they still have not filed for a permit with the Village of Rye Brook. All right, so we have called the Village of Rye Brook. I've spoken to Mike Nowotnik. He's the guy that approves the street openings. He promised me he would turn around Con Ed's application same day. So we're at this particular point still trying to squeeze Con Ed to make sure they file their side of the job.
Now, what about like the music in the mansion that Friends of Crawford is supposed to be hosting this week? Is that?
Well, we went out and acquired 3 what I would call high-capacity heaters. These are high-capacity ceramic heaters, and they have been running in the mansion now. They're electric. They're very safe. They have their own sets of controls, and they have been keeping the mansion at a comfortable temperature. So we think we've got that thing covered. As long as people don't need to cook in the mansion, we're good. And in fact, we do have some events that are going on. We've also had some that have canceled.
How long is this taking?
Well, it is a long process. And at the moment, it's not dangerous because there's no gas there.
You want to get it up and running based on the fact
Who do you think's at fault? Does Con Ed or?
I'd like to see them moving a little bit faster, of course. I mean, well, they haven't even filed their permit yet.
Yes.
Do we have any heaters down in the basement where you might have some pipes subject to
Yes. Yes, we took some of the. We had some smaller capacity heaters. That's what we've done is we've moved 2 of them down into the basement to make sure that we don't get a freezing scenario. Absolutely.
Great.
All right.
Great. Thanks, Mr. Nowotnik. Okay, Mr. DeCresenzo.
Is everybody doing the report?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. Always, as usual, very
The
comprehensive.
the only I guess you'd say maybe troubling part of it is the delays in the completion of the Jefferson Avenue replacement project. But mainly that's all due to the problem that they had with the sanitary sewer line. And that's been solved. All the abutments are finished. They're just waiting now for the bridge itself to be delivered. And hopefully the Arvin group can get the asphalt to finish the project.
What makes that asphalt a special asphalt?
Well, it's not a special asphalt. It's that the asphalt plant shut down. They don't make the asphalt in the winter because you can't really apply it properly. So there's no call for it. They don't use it, so you can't obtain it to use it. So hopefully they can get it from alternative sources and finish the approaches to the bridge, because that's where they're going to need it, for the approaches. And once they get the bridge in and all the utilities get in properly, Con Edison is involved, so, you know, you have another scenario.
And the South Barry Avenue Bridge with Otter Creek.
Otter Creek.
Again, nobody wants that bid.
Well, we're waiting for it to come back. We inquired
Is
with.
that the one we sent out twice?
We sent it out once. It came back. We got no responses because I think that was over the Labor Day holiday, and it was a short return time.
But we've got one that originally.
Yeah, it's the same one. Yeah.
Responses.
But we inquired with some of the people that picked up the bids originally and didn't respond, and asked them a few questions, and hopefully we'll get some responses. I think they're due back on the 22nd of this month as well.
Great.
And hopefully the weather will cooperate. We'll be able to get that project done, because that's probably a week's very small job, but it can be done in about a week as long as the tides and the weather cooperate.
Wonderful. Any other questions for Mr. DeCresenzo? Thank you very much for your always thorough report. Very
Okay,
helpful.
thank you.
Okay, Councilwoman Collins.
The only comment I have is to really follow up on Veterans Day and the comments that were made. You know, it's a very important holiday, and my company was actually a web design company, and they were Services Westchester, and another sponsor organization called LIVE, L-I-V-E, to create a website called standupforwomensveterans.com, and we were very excited to launch that project right in time for Veterans Day celebration. So I was out of town for Veterans Day. I could not be at the events that were held in the community, but we enjoyed working with Family Services Westchester, a great community organization, on launching this special website for this special Veterans event that's held every year.
Thank you, thanks very much. Councilman Mendocino? So just the second to last, next month is
That's
the
it.
last, after how many years?
Been on this board since 1995.
And you're 29, so you came on when you were...
Very young.
Wonderful.
My mom built a stroller, right?
Exactly. So 1995, so how many years? So that's, what is that, 18 years of service? Wonderful. Wow, well,
Plus some time on the village.
we'll talk.
Here, not the village.
Wow, fantastic. Well, you've been serving our community well for 26 years.
We're going to miss you.
Yeah, we're going to very
I'm
much
still
miss you.
available for projects. You can use me if you like.
Oh, wow.
No
Excellent.
problem.
We will definitely take you up on that. Okay, Councilman Nayoris.
No comment.
No comment. Okay, now, Mr. Arcaro, when is the celebration at the African American Cemetery?
10 o'clock on Saturday.
This Saturday. Okay.
This Saturday,
So
the
this
16th.
Saturday, November
16th.
16th, at 10 a.m.
At
We're
the
going to have our celebration at the annual celebration at the African American Cemetery, Saturday morning, 10 a.m., November 16th. Please don't forget, please be there. And it's really a mixed Veterans Day ceremony, and it's really commemorating our African American brethren who gave their lives and fought for the country. And so,
Adjacent
Dave
to
Thomas.
Greenwood Cemetery.
Greenwood Cemetery in Rye. Greenwood Cemetery in Rye, if you don't know where it is. Perfect. Again, I just want to take the same opportunity to thank our veterans for their service to our country, making the supreme effort. We're all doing public service here, but public service they do is very different, very important. We're at war. A lot of times we forget that we're at war. So I just want to give a heartfelt thanks to our veterans. Finally, we need to go to an executive session tonight.
Contract negotiations, yeah.
Yep. So can I get a motion to go into executive session? Can I get a second? No. Come on. Sorry, guys. Of course we gotta go. I promise we'll keep it brief.
Second.
Okay.
And I have to wish my mommy a happy birthday.
Oh, great. Oh, happy birthday, Mrs. Mendocino.
94.
Thank you. Thank you.